Young fella, you tell me your name, please.
My name, Chad Robbins.
Mr. Robbins. You grew up in Gaston County?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me about your family.
I say I came from a big family. I know. We out here actually in my household, my sister and brother, besides my mama. You know, my daddy came around, and everything. Then I got brother and sisters from another side from my daddy. And then I got then like I say, then my brother and sister got their daddy. You know how it go. But like I say, he came up in a low income. Mama worked when she can work, did all she can do till she got down to get sick. Then that left me, had to get on my 2 toes and feet and had to try to put some work in. Yeah, my mama died. I've been in bed about, I'd say probably about 5 years now. My daddy got killed by the police. But there was an accident. Shouldn't happen, but it did. But they're both of them in the heaven. They all went home. Now I ain't got to sit back and really worry about nothing. I know they in a safe place.
How many brothers and sisters you got?
I got actually, you want to put them in all, I probably got about 50 or 60 brothers and sisters in all. So I say they from different parents. I say my daddy, he had kids from other people. Then like I say, when they are the funeral, my daddy funeral, it ain't number three of us showed up. Mr. Bo, then my other sister and me. And then Sass my sister and other brother on my mama's side. Yeah. I say I hit the streets around in the 70s. Been running the streets ever since. Yeah.
Well, you're not in the street now. You've got a place of your own.
Yeah, I got a place to go. Yeah.
How long have you had your own home?
I say I probably had my home probably about 4 years. Yeah.
Why did you stay in the street so long?
Huh?
Explain to me why you stayed in the street so long.
Well, I just like to run the streets and hang out in the streets, touchdown, feel the faces, get to know the streets and everything. But I tell them now, I tell bugs like this, if you can make it off the streets, get off the streets, because the streets ain't the same now. Streets done got worse, so. And then out here, they ain't really got no love in these streets now like it used to be. I say I went back, I take it all way back from the 80s and 90s. I remember all my street brothers, street sisters, homeless or whatever. We all watch each other back, looked over each other. We didn't rob and steal off each other. Now these mugs don't even want to work together. These mugs trying to cut each other's throats today. Back then, we watched over each other, you know.
More of a dog eat dog these days.
Yeah.
The survival of the fittest.
Yeah. Then, like I say, you got one half, they so loped out. They on that crystal meth and whatever else they can get their hands on. I just thank the Lord, I never did go down that road. Now, I did come down the road selling cocaine, doing powder, and I did do hard. Just keeping it real. But, man, took care of me on that. I got away from that. I thought that was a harmful drug, but no, God tell them cocaine really wasn't harmless like this other stuff. This other stuff taking them out of here, actually taking them out of here. And when I was in junior high, some of my other teachers, other mugs look at me, you ain't gonna live to see 18 years old. Now I'm right here, I'm 50 years old. When they telling me I wouldn't live to see 18 years old. I died 7 times and been brought back. So I tell them, the good Lord ain't gonna take you till He's ready for you.
How'd you die 7 times?
Well, I caught alcohol poison 1 time. And then that one, off of that 1 time, they say they brought me back 7 times off of that 1 time when I caught the alcohol poison. And they told me then, don't take another drink. You won't be here. In the words. But I say I took a few years off alcohol. Now if I drink, I drink occasionally. Because I used to drink to sun up, to Dutch pit dark, to the next morning, all the way to the next week. I was stone cold alcoholic. So when I gave my work up at the nightclub, I said it's time to make a change, time to move on. I seen it for it happen. I was telling other mugs, I said, yo, I'm about ready to be up out of here. This place ain't gonna be the same. I say the money came in the doors, the money involved, but the money getting low. And I say the group we had, we was like a family. Everybody looked over each other. And they started getting a lot of new heads joining and start working. Then they want to cut each other's throats and slice each other. They didn't want to work together. Everything started going downhill when it should be going uphill. I say now, that's how I seen it. Everything started going downhill, still going uphill.
Getting more selfish.
Yeah, and then it seems like the world like that now. Everybody stuck up to themselves. I seen this uptown when this town was town. I mean, I say J.C. Penney's, Belts, all of that started right up here.
You remember when Sears was here?
Sears was here. J. Joe's, all them places was up here. You couldn't wait till the weekend to get here to come uptown. When the theater was up here and all that. Now I say then they went too many years to let this town go down. I said you got more bandit buildings around this mug than anything. These buildings should be open, but they bandit and destroyed. They don't know how, they've been closed down so many years, they don't know how much money you're gonna take even to fix them bricks on them buildings, because they're so polluted.
What do you think about the homeless community out here?
Homeless, well, you got some good homeless, and then, in the words, you got some good homeless, and then you got some of them what I call set the struck, is I call ruthless, don't care about nothing but that drug and whatever. I mean, don't get it wrong. They gave some of them chances. I mean, they put garbage cans out here. Only thing they ask them mugs, when y'all get through with your trash, throw it in trash can. Trash can sitting right there beside them, they still throw the paper and stuff on the ground.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Don't make no sense. Yeah, and then, like I say, some of these mugs, they get there, get on that stuff, and let that stuff go to their head. I seen a black dude. I stay right across the street from a church. Yeah, Friday night, I'm walking up the sidewalk. He's sitting on the church yard, butt naked. Because he on that crystal meth or on that fentanyl or whatever. Sitting right there, stripped down, butt naked. Police won't do nothing to him. But when every time they take him to jail, either the judge, whoever, let them right back out. Because they said, the only reason we ain't going to arrest them mugs is they want to kill themselves, let them kill themselves. In the words. And then the same thing going on in Charlotte. So I talked to a Charlotte officer. He said they doing the same thing. He said they not even really trying to arrest them. If they gonna get out here and do it and kill themselves, we just come pick their body up and let it be. They ain't got no kind of habilitation. Something you go to court, you got to go way out to another county, another city, somewhere just to get that kind of help. They ain't got it around here. You know. Most of these kids today come up, they don't care for no youth center. Like they don't care about them little youth centers, T. Jefferson, Bradley Center. Most of them came from there, it was gang related. All them bugs were doing the same thing. Came out here, try to find a job, can't get a job, what they gonna do? They gonna come to the street, I can move some drugs. That's all they know. Make that quick money. That was, I say ever since, I say all the way back from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up. That's all them kids know, how to make that quick money. Now they done broke it down. They can't make that quick money. They ain't got no choice. Either try to find a job or just stay in the game to sell drugs, to watch somebody gank you, kill you, or just hoping you can make enough money to get rich off of it and make it out of it.
What'd you go to prison for?
I went to prison for cocaine and guns. I got busted with. Now I'm a full strike felony. Yeah, I tell them that's actually what I got busted with, guns and cocaine. You know, I say back then, I had money. I should have left this city a long time ago. I mean, I had ideals, same way like other mothers had deals. I had the money. Some of my partners had the money, but everybody want the party and club. Now I was telling them then, I say, well, I was at one time where Sears was, where old Sears at. I was thinking about, man, if I can get that, I'll open a nice club up, a mall, a nursery on the other side. But like I said, for you can take your kids, you know, a little nursery, you can take your kids where you go out clubbing. And then on the other side have like a hotel, and the other part have a nice shelter. One time that's what I was thinking about. Now I think about making a big club with everything in it. I mean from jazz, blues, everything. Then, like I say, on one side of it, where they had a little nursery, you got, like say, you got some parents or something there at home, can't find a babysitter, you can bring them to the nursery. Your kids can stay down there and sleep or whatever. When you too drunk, you got a room you can go to, you know. Because I was thinking about opening something up like that. I say I don't know how many other Muslims came with the same idea, but is it actually been done, you know?
How long were you in prison?
I did a year. That year was enough.
Yeah.
I learned that in a year.
Yeah, I got locked up 21 days in South Carolina for being somewhere I ought not have been. That was enough for me. 21 days is all I wanted.
Yeah, well, that was enough. Like I say, I had 3 years of probation. Either go do the probation, pay them higher expensive for classes and this and that. I say violate me. I say convicts, ex-cons, they are more appreciate you come in and do the time. So I violated and went and did the time. And I tell them that was a long year. You got to you got to sleep with one eye open and watch over your back, because you don't know who's standing over you when you out here sleeping. You don't know which crazy fool come through your trail and find out where you at. You see what I'm saying? But I learned, if I'm out on these streets, I learned, don't never take nobody to your hut where you got to lay your head. See what I'm saying? That's what I learned. Don't never take nobody to your hut where you got to lay your head.
It makes sense.
I say that's different when you're going out with a group of mugs and going camping. That's different. But when you out here I learned, do not never take nobody to your hut. I say, you take somebody to one of your stop, take them to another stop, but not with a stop where you got to lay your head and go to sleep. If you kick out of the house, you ain't got no aunt, cousin, nobody else to pick you up and take you in. They're gonna let you go out and hit these streets and see how long you last on these streets. Some of them don't last for a week. Some of them be good as they make it to 2 months. And then you got to walk up and down these streets. You see what I'm saying? And you still got to learn how to make money. And they always, when you come out of these streets, somebody gonna either come to an OG or they gonna come to a kingpin. I need some work. Then you got to make sure you got all his work when you take it back to him. See? Or you gonna come out here, or you got to pimp yourself. They know how the game go. You got to come out and pimp yourself. So I tell them there's a lot of choices you got to make. So I try to tell kids, if you at home, go to school and listen and learn. See? Well, see, I say about 3 years ago, wintertime, it was another older gentleman was out here hanging with the young group out here. You know, he had left his home. He said it's something he wanted to try. He came out here, and I seen the group here with. He was sitting by Curtis down there on the wooden fence. I walked up to the gentleman, grabbed him by his arm, pulled him up. I say, get your tent, get your suitcases, your belongings, come to my place. You can set your tent up in my backyard. You don't need to be with them. I just told them straight out in front of all of them. A lot of them didn't like it, but I told the truth. I say, they ain't doing nothing but using you to buy them beer and buy their drugs. They don't care nothing about you. And I say, you will see it. And I say, you will not get no sleep as you run with that crew. He didn't come exactly that night. But the next day when he seen me, he said, I'm taking your advice. He grabbed this up and came down and set his tent up behind my house. He said, no. He said, I didn't get no sleep at all. They ran all night. I say, I told you. But he came and stayed at my house till he got his head together. He got his head together. He called his daughter one day, came, and then, like I say, got his clothes, took and washed all his clothes. He supposed been coming back, but I figured he probably wouldn't come back. When I came home, I looked in the backyard. The tent was still there, but the table we had sat there, everything cleaned off the table. All his stuff was gone. But he did come back and see me one time, and he told me, well, right before that happened, he said, I sit down and read this whole Bible. And he started crying. He said, I'm through. I ain't never drinking alcohol no more. Because that's why he got kicked out of his house in the first place, come to find out. His wife didn't want him to drink. Don't want to work nowhere. They just want a handout, or they feel like you owe them. And then a lot of them come out here and they got that in their mind, you owe them. And I say, no, we don't, the world don't owe you nothing. We don't owe you nothing. But they just how they feel. They want a handout. I tell them, I say, if you come out here and work and receive and give, God will return that 4, 5 times with a reward. And I seen all the stuff I did. I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed. I mean, I did for this mug, I can be walking down the street. I ain't looking for a soul. A car might pull up. Somebody say, huh, it might be an envelope. Open it up. Might be $100. I wasn't hunting for it. God just feel like God just on my heart, God just feel like I should give you this.
Chased you down.
Yeah. I know what you say. I say, I can just be walking down the street. Because I'm a type of person, I really stay to myself. You got to divide yourself away from that crowd. When you get on the street, walk by yourself. Move by yourself. I say, you don't have to run with 30 mugs. See? That's why I move along now. I'm by myself. I run into somebody, we talk, blase, like I was doing over there. I ain't seen my fella we say about 30 years. With me and him went to school together, graduated together. As soon as he graduated, he left and moved to Charlotte. And I say, he doing good. He said the same thing. He said, I seen somebody I know the other day in Charlotte. They walked past me like they didn't know me. I say, these mugs, they in another dimension today. They not in this world. They in a whole different time zone. I say the generation coming up today, they more is assassins. They worse than us. They don't care about doing no time. They don't care about fighting, shooting, and killing. The generation coming up today. See, our generation, when we came up, you did something in the neighborhood, you got whooping by the next door neighbor. Then when you got home, you got whooping by granddaddy, grandmother, mama, daddy, you got whooping by everybody. Now, they took whooping out of school. They took the Bible out of school, took praying out of school. So, you know what they let in when they did all that. See, because they took all that out. I mean, when we went to school, we got whoopings. We got powdering. See, now these kids don't get no addition because if you hit your own kid, what they say? They're going to call search the service. They're going to come out there.
You can go to jail.
Yeah.
I had social services show up at my house one day. And they told me, he said, Mr. Wilson? I said, yes, sir. He said, we're here because we heard you almost whooped your son. And I told him, I said, well, you might as well take me now because as soon as you leave, I'm fixing to whoop him for you standing right here in my house.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's the same words I tell them. I say, well, it's like this. You might as well take me. I brought this kid in the world. I clothe this mug. I get this mug money. He's not going to talk to me any kind of way. If he can't decide by my rules, y'all go ahead and take him now. The game out here, what they call game, some people say they ain't playing the game. I tell them, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's new generations. And it's every year now. And every year they recruiting. And so it's getting bigger and worse. I say, what they call game out here ain't no game. This playtime for them out here. I tell them all the game time is when you go to prison. It's full of Crips, Bloods, outlaws, hell an angel. I go on and on the Masons. Everything's sitting in the pen. See, and them the real game. I mean, you in there, it's still survival, but it's like this. You either gonna kill me, I'm gonna kill you. They going out like that in the prison cells now. Till they get to the point they want to start a riot. See? And that's why I ask mugs, which side of the fence you want to be on, which side of the wall you want to be on. It's a critter. See? So I say when I get in my quiet zone, the mugs look at when I'm in my quiet zone. And I'm thinking, and I get quiet, mugs know this. They look at me, something ain't right, is it? And I come out and say it. And then the few words I say is I say something. Then a few days later, I might run back across that person, blah, blah. Yep, you was right. You said you was standing up there. You feel like something gonna happen. Yo, I'm gone. And I'll walk off. In the words, I'm gone. Something get ready to go down. And it might be a few days later, I might run into that person. Yep, you was right. Soon as you left, everything hit the fence. Everything went down. Somebody saw us shooting or somebody pulled a knife out or blah, blah. I say, I sit right there and I say, when I get in my quiet zone, I know when something ain't right. Most of the time, I go around and I stay in my quiet zone. I block myself out. Listen to the music on the radio. I block myself out. You know, I tell them I'm way past the blindfold and all that. Other mugs sitting in that same position in the blindfold, trying to find a way how to get out of the blindfold. Until I come out there, come with me. Hang out with me a little bit.
That's the only way you can influence somebody.
Yeah, come with me. Hang out with me for a little bit. I ain't got no region places to go. I'm just walking. And then, that's how I met a lot of mugs. And then that's how I met a lot of mugs on the same level on meals. But they say other the same level, the same page. You know. But like I say, heck, I say every year they say it's gonna get better. It can't get no worse, but it seems like it's getting better, getting worse.
I think it's gonna get a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna get a whole lot worse.
Yeah,
see, the whole point of these interviews is to show it doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're wearing a tie in the middle of the city. Yeah. This can happen to you.
Yeah.
And if we're not careful, it's going to happen to thousands more.
I sit there and tell these mugs all the time. I say, you see mugs right here, or the dogs. You got mugs walking into churches now, pulling guns out. Walking actually in churches, pulling guns out, killing mugs in church. And stuff like that.
Yeah, things are going to get a whole lot worse.
It's getting a whole lot worse. So. And I say, if it ain't no jobs, and nobody can run these jobs, and it look like robot and computer doing that now, I tell them, what else to say? Because everything that's had is run today. I mean,
our jobs actually give us a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
It gives us a purpose. You take away a man's job, he's got no purpose.
No purpose. And that's what you tell them. I say, I see some of these mugs up here, some of these mugs working. And you try to speak to them and ask a question, they act like they too uppity or too good or blah, blah, because what field they in. And I always say, don't act that way. You might get that job today and then you might walk in tomorrow, I ain't got that job. See, I say, don't act like that because you get up. I say, no, don't never forget where you come from.
Because you can end up here.
Yeah. I say, I was born and raised in this city. I seen this city come and go. Now, until it came to the point, now everybody start talking, they gonna screw at this mug. Then they holler, I know they don't want to blow up the ghetto. I say, they done blowed the ghetto up. It ain't nothing else to be said. It done been blowed up. That what all when they say headed for the sexual destruction, that's what is going on now. Headed for sexual destruction, that's what's going on now. They unblowed it up. Till it got to the point it ain't no more ghetto. Till they get to the science facts, till it ain't no more projects or this or that. Till they get to the point till everybody's run out and don't have to say, oh, is this the hood? This is what the hood came of.